JT, the Gand Surgeon, and Rusty Jux. And the one behind this lovely product, Gand Surgeon, is the one that we're having on the phone right now. Good evening.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Just grinding and doing my thing. Happy to be on your show. Just reach out to the people. I appreciate everybody.
Well, we're very happy to have you on the show because Gand Surgeon is quite a name when it comes to hip hop. You produced a lot of things, and you've got a lot of product out there. And we've just heard two of your products, and they're very good.
Thank you very much. Yes, we put a lot of work into our music. Every single track is special. We try to do the best we can and give the fans and the people what they want to hear.
Yeah, and that is exactly what you're doing. For example, I believe it was about 3 to 4 months ago when we dropped your record with KRS-One. Did you did?
Yes, correct. That was a nice drop there.
That was a very good song as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yes, correct.
But how did you start out in hip hop? How did Gand Surgeon become the Gand Surgeon?
Well, basically, I'll try to go quick with this. I actually started out toasting and chatting when I was like 10 years old in Brooklyn. Jamaicans in the area used to toast and chat on the sets in the area, so I thought, I'd try that a little bit, but it wasn't until the early 80s. I was actually a b-boy in the beginning, and I think you saw a little bit of my bio. We were actually, my crew was extras in Beach Street and a movie called Delivery Boys. Mm-hmm. And and at that time, hip-hop was, really big in New York City. So, we just got into the rap thing, and I'd say around the early 80s when the Jimmy Spices, the Flash, Curtis Blow, Run DMC, and then eventually Cool J and all of them, they started getting played a lot. I got more interested in hip-hop,
Wow, we've heard this transition before. People going from b-boy to being a speaker or a rapper. How did that come to pass? When were you like, okay, I'm through dancing, I've got more skills, and I'm willing to show them?
Actually, it's funny because back in 1985, my crew was at the Latin Quarters, which was a big club in New York City back then. And Dana Dane actually just came out with a record called Nightmares, which I know you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm, yep.
And we were in the crowd, and all of a sudden there was like a cipher going on. And me and my brother Dre Ski, who was in my group, we just started rapping, and Dana Dane really thought we were cool, So, he told us, you should keep practicing and get busy, you know what I'm saying? That's really where it birthed itself back actually with the rap.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it kind of is, the question that I really need to ask. Growing up in that day and age, and you've just named a lot of people, Dana Dane, Curtis Blow, all the legends of old. Who were the people that inspired you? Who are the people that you thought were really good when you started out in hip-hop?
Well, actually, I think, there were so many, but to name a few that really influenced me, I guess, was probably dudes like, Jimmy Spicer, Spoonie G. A little later on would be definitely Rakim. These are points where, things started changing. Cool G Rap, LL Cool J, of course, Run DMC. And then, you had the Wu-Tang craze later on. But those are probably the main ones I could say, offhand. You know what I mean?
Wow. Well, there are some names right there. Spoonie G and Cool G Rap. Dude.
Yes.
Wow. So what was it like back then? You had this, you had your crew going. You started out as b-boy. You got picked up actually by Dana Dane saying, you should do something with your rhyming skills. How did it evolve from there?
From there, we just started, like I said, my brother and I, we just started going to different ciphers and going to this, my boy's crib. It wasn't a studio at the time. You're talking like the late 80s. DJ Precise, the original from Coney Island, Brooklyn, we used to go up into his crib in the projects, and he'd spin his turntables, and he had like the SP1200, the Akai, and all that old stuff, and the TR-808, and we used to just record we actually started recording on reel-to-reels and all, and little by little, you got better and better and made dope tracks. I actually used to give out mixtapes in the area, and they weren't done by, by DJs, actually. It was done by myself. I used to just record things on 2 different boom boxes, and splice them, with tapes and all that. It was crazy, but that's how I got the moniker Gand Surgeon, because I would cut up the tapes like that. You know what I mean?
That's where you started your producing career and mixing things together and mastering things. Okay, so that is what got you from where you began to where you are today. But where you are today is pretty big as well, because you are all over the place. What are you doing nowadays?
Right now, I'm like an octopus. My arms are stretched everywhere. You know what I mean? I'm just touching everybody. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? There's so many MCs out there that are great. There's so many upcoming artists, and with this, internet and all, and just the technology of today, it's easier for me to reach out to everybody and to show my skills and get heard. You know what I mean? So I don't take no chances. Any opportunity I have, I use it. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody that works with me. I never forget where I came from. That's number one. And people appreciate that, People call me a legend and whatnot. I don't really, feel that too much, because there's so many legends out there that are real legends. Maybe a legend in my age, but you know what I mean? But basically what I'm doing is just trying to reach the whole world. I'm not just keeping it in, the U.S., New York, West Coast. I like to, to reach all over. I have fans in all over, like, Europe, Russia. I mean, Africa, I have a big following right now. South America. I have so much work ahead of me, man. Sometimes it's hard to just even know, what to do next. You know what I mean?
Too many options. And what you said about the internet is, the other way around as well. You try to reach out, and everything is within reach with the World Wide Web nowadays. But others can enjoy your work through that World Wide Web. But you can also find talents to work with through the World Wide Web.
Absolutely, and that's the main thing. Networking is the main thing in this hip-hop game. If you have a good network and you treat people with respect, and you honor their craft, they'll honor your craft, and you won't be forgotten, and people will reach out to you. That's how it works in this game, as far as I've learned.
Yeah, true. We've just played LIT with Rusty Jukes, of course, and before that we had you featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. We also named KRS-One, but who else are the people that you're working with at this moment?
Well, at this moment, there's a lot of things in the works. Actually, you mentioned Tragedy Gaddafi. I'd like to shout him out. The Intelligent Hoodlum, he's a great dude, you know what I mean? We actually have been talking about doing an EP, because a lot of people were asking, are you Tragedy a group? And, no disrespect, I would say no, because, he's on another level, I would say. I can't say I'm in a group with him. But actually, we're starting to talk about doing an EP possibly. So that's something I'm looking forward to. But the main thing right now I got going on is an album called Plastic Surgery, and that's being produced by Kaio Itachi from France. And that's actually, the single Lit is off of that album, which isn't released yet. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You wanted to give a shout out to Tragedy Gaddafi. I have to make my apologies because, in all honesty, and you just already said it, I forgot that he used to be Intelligent Hoodlum. I've known him since, Arrest the President, No Justice, No Peace, and all that. I was like, Tragedy Gaddafi, who's that? Oh, yeah, that's Intelligent Hoodlum. I'm so sorry. That's
right. He was actually Juice Crew with Marley Marl. He was Junior Juice Crew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's been around for ages as well.
Right.
Good guy. Anyway, where can all your work be found?
Well, I'm all over the internet. Basically, I have pages on Facebook. You can search Will Gand Surgeon, Will P Gand Surgeon, also Gand Surgeon Will P. I have a Twitter, Grand_Surgeon. My YouTube channel is The Gand Surgeon. And if there's anybody out there that wants to reach me personally, my email is wilpod2005@gmail. They can reach me there.
Okay, I saw Edwin writing that down already, so he'll be talking to you as soon as you get out of the show today. What is in store for the next coming weeks, months, period? What is expected in the next coming months from the hands of Gand Surgeon?
Wow, that's a good question. I'd like to say that there will be an album dropping called The Blessings, and that is produced by my friend Big Bob Patterson. He's a producer from Canada. And a lot of help from LD on the cut, who's actually the DJ for Sublime with Rome, the rock group. We've done this project, and it's taken about a year or more. It's a really good project, and I can't even begin to tell you who's joined on with us. We have so many people: KRS-One, Cuddy Ranks, which is my personal friend, AG from Digging in the Crates, DJ Fast Cut. We have Wild Bunch, St. Laz, the whole Pottersfield crew, Black Pole, Havoc, Metric Man, who's a ragga artist, also QB Rap P, Pace One, Pause One, etc. There's so many people that just joined in on this album that it's going to be really sick, as they say the term.
Yeah, and what it made me think of, and that's the point where I usually get to when I'm talking to artists from across the lake all the way to the U.S., that it comes to a point where everyone is working together, and you come back to the fundamentals of hip-hop, love, unity, respect in music, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, what I would like to say is at this day and age in hip-hop is being revived, in my opinion. Like trap and pop, that's cool for the people that like that, but I don't think it's as big as it was before, especially in New York. People are starting to ask and want to hear, the old school style raps, the more cultural type. We need more live music to raise the bar, you know what I mean? Old school used to be more fun and more happy and more innocent. It was more comical, you know what I mean? But now it's turned a little violent rap, negative. I think we need a shot of positivity in our culture, and that's what I'm here to do. Amen.
That's exactly what we've been shouting as well here in Holland. So get that positive vibe out, get that, that bonding together and get that unity working. Your thoughts on hip-hop nowadays? You already said it. Is that what you think about hip-hop nowadays, that it's become distanced from the society and that it's more violent?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, you have these situations, like, I don't want to drop names, but everybody knows about rappers battling each other now on internet and on the TV. And, I mean, it's just getting a little ridiculous, you know what I mean? We need to keep this a cultural thing and keep it positive, you know what I mean? Keep it more civilized, It's not teaching the youth the right thing, in my opinion. So, I'm just here to do my part, you know what I mean? And hopefully it reaches everybody and everybody has a little bit of a change of heart and mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that is exactly what we should reach for. Well, thank you very much for having this conversation, Gand Surgeon. I hope to see a lot of your work coming out with, all the joint ventures you have with the many different artists all over the world. And if you've got anything to say to us or that you want to let the Dutch listeners know, just drop us a line and we'll make sure we get it out there.
Definitely. I'd like to thank you for having me on. I just wanted to mention, if people want to, purchase or whatever, or get some, more material from me, they can find it on Audio Mac, iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby. And, if they want to hear the music for free, SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, and also datpiff.com has all of my mixtapes. They can check that out and download for free, as well as Bandcamp. I also want to mention there's an album called The Butcher Boy by Seb Fallow Pantoa. I have a track on there, and the Dr. G Coalition album, I have a track on there. And also, one more thing before I leave, I can't forget. I'd like to shout out my man Mike Crusher D. I believe he's from Holland as well.
Yes, he is. We had him in the studio here. Sorry, what was that last part?
Mike Crusher D. He's from Holland. He's an MC, and we're doing a track together. I'd like to shout him out.
Oh, that is very cool. As I said, we had him in the studio a few times. He's very, very blessed figure with a lot of skill. So very happy to hear that he's working with you.
Yes, definitely. Good kid,
Wow. Oh, that's it right there. I mean, reaching out to the world, reaching out to everyone makes you work together with just about everyone.
That's right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, very cool. You mentioned that Cool G Rap was one of the people that influenced you. And that just happens to be the next number we're going to be playing. So if you're streaming us, please don't cut off the connection because Man at Work is coming your way. Once again, Gand Surgeon, thank you very much for having this conversation with us.
Thank you. Peace.
Yo, what up? Dit is Jerome XL en je luistert naar de Hip Hop High School op 6 FM.